With that, let's welcome in our panelists. Thomas Savage joins us, research fellow at the American Institute for Economic Research. Pete Sepp's here, president of the National Taxpayers Union. Gentlemen, welcome and thanks for coming on. Overall takeaway here, we've got the numbers, but okay, opening bell is ringing. We've got the numbers, but this is less than expected, or at least it's stalling, Thomas. So what do you make of it?
Well, of course, while we're looking at the top line numbers, it's always important to look under the hood. And I think one of the big stories here with this jobs report are the deferred resignations that came about under DOGE. And that impacted government jobs, especially federal government jobs there, which decreased greatly, which is, I think, part of the reason why we saw such a tempered jobs report.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about that, Pete, as well. So Bloomberg economists predicted about 75,000 jobs expected, which was still low. Then this one comes in at 22,000. Bottom line is, what does that mean for interest rates? We're watching if there's going to be any movement with Fed Chair Jerome Powell. Is he going to lower interest rates with this very low report? Does that push Jay Powell to lower the interest rates or leave them where they are?
Well, I think it is another push in the direction of an interest rate reduction. Markets, in fact, are betting on that. That's why they're up in the middle of some pretty disturbing job news. And to pick up on Thomas's comment, not all unemployment news is always bad, at least as far as taxpayers are concerned, with 15,000 fewer federal jobs being reported for August. That means that some of the fat in the federal government actually is being trimmed. And the private sector, taxpayers, they benefit from that over the long run. Plus, it seems as if both labor force participation and the labor force itself is increasing. That's part of the reason why the unemployment rate is ticking up. So, again, not terrible news, at least on those fronts.
All right. What we don't want is for all the human jobs to be replaced by robots. I want to dive into a specific example of that. Mark Benioff, the CEO of Salesforce, it's a cloud-based software company headquartered in San Francisco, announcing they've cut 4,000 support roles because of AI agents, saying AI agents enhance productivity by handling untapped sales leads. The spokesperson for the company saying, quote, at the start of this year, we deployed help.agentforce.com. Because of the benefits and efficiencies of Agentforce, we've seen the number of support cases we handled decline, and we no longer need to actively backfill support engineer roles. We've successfully redeployed hundreds of employees into other areas like professional services, sales, and customer success. So they're saying they're sort of reshuffling the human workforce. But Thomas, what does that tell you about the future?
Well, it's interesting to see. It's that old phrase, creative destruction, right? Where what we're really seeing, especially in this field like Salesforce, is that a lot of these entry-level jobs are getting augmented by AI. They're getting compressed, and it seems like a lot of the demand is shifting for more of those relationship-building jobs, which of course robots can't do. You can't really have a relationship with some AI interface, right? And so really, for anybody who's entering the workforce, especially younger people, if you're looking at these kind of fields, you need to include managing that AI, understanding how it works, and how to troubleshoot it in your skill set when you go out looking for a job.
Yeah, and just in general, if someone's watching the segment and you're seeing Salesforce, just substitute that with a company replaced 4,000 people with AI. Could that be the future for your company that maybe you work at now? That's the scary part about it, I think, for a lot of folks. Thomas Savage weighing in and Pete Sepp. Thank you both. Enjoy the weekend.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
All right.